Okay, so with algebraic long division, we want to kind of consider what it is we're actually doing. So we'll be doing something like this, and what we've got is kind of comparable to this. And if you ever get stuck, you can think of it in terms of some numbers and see if you can work out what's going on. So here we've got something bigger over something smaller, 7/3. And here, just the same as that, we've got something bigger, which is a cubic. Cubic equals big. And then this is a linear factor, which is small. So these are top-heavy fractions. So when we do this 7/3, what do? We want to work out how big that is. So how many times does 3 go into 7? Well, it goes in twice, because 2 times 3 is 6, and then there's a remainder 1. Now, how we write this is, this remainder 1 means that we've got a third left over, so we'd write that as 2 and a third. Or we could think of that as 2 plus a third, and this bit is what we'd call the quotient, the bit that goes exactly in. So how many 3's are there in 7? Well, there are 2, and then this bit on top of the 3 is the remainder. So we've got quotient plus remainder over whatever was on the bottom before. We could write this in another way, which would give us kind of numbers rather than fractions, which would help us see what's going on. So then if we multiplied everything by 3, then we get 7 on this side, and we get that would be equal to 2 times 3 plus 1. And we know that's right as well, because that's 6 plus 1. Let's see if we can do something comparable here with this. So you can't really see how this is going to work out without doing algebraic long division, which is what this video is all about. But I can tell you that if you asked me how many x plus 1's are there in x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 2, I could tell you that there are x squared plus 2x minus 1 whole ones. So that's the quotient. And the remainder, the bit that's left over, is 3. So we've got plus 3 over, and that's the same as what was on the bottom before, so 3 over x plus 1. And that's the remainder. Okay, so you can see the similarity between what we've got here and what we've got over here. So we've got a quotient, how many go in exactly, how many x plus 1's go in exactly, and then the bit that's left over, and then that's going to be over the thing that it was over before. Okay, so then if we want to write it in a nicer way, we could write it as x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 2 equals, I don't have enough room, but we'll have x squared plus 2x, take 1, multiplied by, because we're multiplying everything through by x plus 1 now, so we get x plus 1 there, and then plus 3. So you can fill that in on your sheet. So now we're going to do this division. So layout's really important, so we write, it's comparable to the bus stop method that you will be familiar with from being a GCSE student. So like with the bus stop method, we're writing the small bit that's there, the bit in the bottom, and then the big bit, the heavy top, is going here, so 3x squared plus x plus 2. It's very important to be neat here, which, yeah, so that's what I'll be checking on your sheets. Right, so what do we do first? We're looking at this term and this term. So we're looking at the leading kind of power of x and the leading x here. So we want to know how many x's go into x cubed. And our answer is x squared, so we write that there. And now I'm going to put a little extra bit, which you don't need to put in the real exam, but just while you're learning and while you're practicing, what you're doing now is you want to do what you got here times both of these. So your next line will be x squared times x plus 1, which is x cubed plus x squared. Yeah, okay. We're now going to do this bit minus this bit. So this line, take away this line, and what we're going to get is, well, x cubed minus x cubed, which is nothing, which is what you should get there every time. You should always get nothing if you've done it correctly. And then we have 3x squared, take away x squared, which is 2x squared, and then these, you are not taking anything away, so they come down the same. Right, now we want to see how many x's, so we're always just looking at this x, this one doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously we're using it, but it's not how we work out what goes into what. So we want to know how many x's go into 2x squared, and our answer is plus 2x. Right, now we're doing the multiplication bit, and this is the bit that, again, you won't need to write every time, but you're going to be doing 2x times x plus 1. So again, we're doing this 2x times this bit. And we write that underneath, so we're keeping everything in the right column, so all the x squareds are underneath each other, etc. Oh, there's a bracket missing. So we get 2x squared, which is what we should get, that should be the same, plus 2x, and now we do the subtraction, same as before, and we get nothing for the first bit. Then we'll get minus x plus 2. Now, we want to see how many x's go into minus x, and so our answer would be minus 1. And then we write that here, minus 1 times x plus 1, because now we're doing this, minus 1 times this again, and then we get minus x minus 1. So again, these two should be the same, and then we do the subtraction, 2 minus minus 1, which is 3. You've got to be careful about when it's minus minus, so that's an important thing to watch out for. And now we're done, and this is our remainder. The remainder is 3. So now we've got our quotient, which is this bit at the top, and our remainder, which is this bit at the bottom. So we can write our answer here. We know that if you do x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 2 divided by x plus 1, then your quotient is x squared plus 2x take 1 plus 3 over x plus 1. Okay. So now you're going to have a go at doing one on your own. So you want to find the quotient and remainder obtained in dividing 3x cubed minus 10x squared minus 9x plus 15 by x take 4. And you'll be doing this in your packs. So pause the video now. Right, let's see if you got it right. So what we're doing is we're doing x minus 4 into, so we've got the smaller thing there, and that's going into 3x cubed minus 9x plus 15. So first we want to see how many x's go into 3x squared, so it's 3x cubed rather, so it's 3x squared, so we get 3x cubed here because we're multiplying with this now, and then minus 12x squared. Then we do the subtraction, and we get minus 10x squared minus minus 12 ends up with 2x squared. And then we've got minus 9x plus 15, because we're not taking away anything from them. Okay, now how many x's are going to go into 2x squared? Well, it's 2x, so plus 2x. So then we get we're multiplying now with the 2x with the x take 4. Maybe I'll write that down so we remember what we're doing. So we're doing 2x times x take 4, and here what we were doing was 3x squared times x take 4. Right, so that's in kind of a separate column. You don't need to include that bit. Right, so we've got 2x squared, take 8x, and then if we do the subtraction, minus 9 minus minus 8 is minus x, and then we've got plus 15 comes down. How many x's in minus x? It's minus 1. And now we've got minus 1 times x take 4, which is minus x plus 4. Now we do the subtraction, so 15 take away 4 is 11, so our remainder is 11, and this bit is our quotient.